Hey, dude, coming at you with a False Club team from Provable Tester. And they say 8 and 7 in the battle submitted and 15-10 overall. Please be as harsh as you like critiquing my gameplay. Recently got to 2700 and fell down to 2300. Leveling out again. Never made legend. Got to 2997 last season. Anything you can see or point out in gameplay to help me be appreciated. I watch your videos every day and love them. Keep up the good work. Will do. So first thing I noticed just a couple things right off the bat with the team. So it's double fighter in the back, which is fine. Like that's a fine strategy. One thing I noticed was the move set. So there's counter on Lucario. Like I think Force Pump's a little bit better, but if you don't have it, counter's fine. And Lucario's glassy, so I get Power Punch, Thunder Punch. Power Punch and Icy Wind on Poliwrath is fine if it's a shadow. I don't know if Power Punch really helps non-shadow Poliwrath, because the thing with the counter damage is very hard hitting, borderline overpowering. But what makes Lucario so strong with it is because it is very attack heavy. Poliwrath kind of has that mix of like attack and balance and like bulk. So if you Power Punch with that, yes, your counters are stronger, but if you really want your damage to be done with Power Punch on Poliwrath, you need it to run like the Shadow version. Now, maybe you catch people off guard, sure. And then Mantine makes sense with the Aerial Ace Water Pulse. So you have two counter users, and you're going straight Lucario. So you draw out a Poliwrath. Baiting here, I don't know if I like this bait. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you why I don't like this bait. I mean, that's just the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is they let it go and you lose switch and don't grab a shield. When you're running these like ABB style teams, and again, this is not a true ABB because Lucario and Poliwrath have different subtypings, so they have different like Poliwrath is weak to flying, but Lucario is neutral. Neutral is weak to fighting, but Poliwrath is neutral, right? So it's not a true ABB. It's just double fighters in the back. Double counter users in the back. Yeah, they're both fighters. When you're using these teams, your goal of the swap is to, one, draw out something, which you did, but two, is to try to either flip or grab a shield. So you really need to take advantage of that by doing moves that actually will help you do one of those two things, and that's Thunder Punch. The Power Punch, like Thunder Punch, may not even take out, quite honestly, but you need to throw it to grab that shield or do an Xanamon chip that you could potentially flip switch there. So you lost switch. You'll just come back in Mantine. You could probably farm down, but they'll probably have an Icy Wind, and may get to 2 is my only. Okay. I guess they're also running a Power Punch Icy Wind. I still think 2 Icy Winds are probably better than 1 Power Punch Icy Wind, but oh, double fighting move. It's fancy. Okay. Now, I would probably instant swap K. Not only you're throwing. This is why I would instant swap. Excuse me. One of two things is going to happen on an instant swap. You get the counter user on it, where it's just going to like take it down anyways, or they're immediately going to get out here into their other Pokemon, and you want to see what that other Pokemon is. And if you, basically like you kind of still need the energy on the Mantine for what is left over this other Pokemon. It's kind of like this is a bad situation. Like I'm trying to analyze this matchup, even though it was pretty hard countered, right? You had a Steel Ice on your Flyer, you had a Fighter on your Lucario, now you have Jelson on your Poliwrath. So you just got hard countered. Let's just be honest. But for sure on Lucario, you need to throw Thunder Punch. And if I have a Pokemon in the back that's going to do double super effective with their fast moves, I'm probably not using my energy on Mantine. I'll just bank that energy. You're basically just like sacrificing it, and then you're going to shield Poliwrath, try to sweep with that, as opposed to like just dumping the energy and going Poliwrath. I mean, there's an argument to be made that if you want to go 2-shield Poliwrath to try and sweep, you should dump your energy on Mantine and then just try and sweep Poliwrath. But again, that's more if that front Pokemon isn't taking double super effective from the counters. So I would just be like, come in and like 2 counters alone will do that. Now you've got a shield, but you dumped all your energy. So now they get to a Shadow Ball. You lowered its attack a couple times, so maybe not take you out, but they snipe now, and they'll probably have a move. Yeah. I mean, it's just tough alignment anyways, but that's maybe how I'd play it, that one differently. Okay, Mantine against Registeel. Again, who are you safe swapping? You are safe swapping Lucario. Get hit with the Poliwrath. Do not. There we go. Yes, grab that shield or flip switch. So there you go. I don't care that they shield. That's what we want, right? And now you come in Mantine, let your switch clock come up. You farm down, you don't shield anything, and then you instant swap into your Poliwrath when the Reggie comes back in, and you try and go 2-shield Poliwrath for the win. So don't care about shielding. I wouldn't throw energy yet either. You can maybe throw it before the 3rd Icy Wind, but you're basically trying to burn that switch clock and get as much energy as you can. I would have gotten like 1 or 2 more, but that's fine. Take this out. Switch clock is up. Instant swap. Now you go here, and they hard count you here. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. In a limited meta, I think the practice there is correct. And again, I don't really care what happens in this matchup now, because you just got hard counter on the back line again, basically all throughout. But you played that correctly. Lucario, Thunder Punch, Mantine farm down. Again, I would have farmed up a little bit more than just the 7 there, I think. I think you probably go with like 8 or 9. Instant swap to Poliwrath, and you tried to 2-shield Poliwrath for the win. The fact that you got hit with the Jellicent, not much you can do there. Just, again, focus on the fundamentals of how to play out matchups as opposed to that. So, getting out there, you have to try, because basically what you need to try and do is like chip this with Water Pulse and then try and like counter down to come out with 2 moves. But unfortunately, I think you're not going to be able to counter down before they get to a move here, and then the Jellicent's going to have a move. I don't think this will take out, and then the Jellicent will basically just be able to hex you down is my only concern. I think you need to come out with 2 moves. And shielding here is... Yeah, they already have a move, right? So you essentially needed to come out with 2 moves. So I would not have thrown that Power Punch. You try to commit to the farm down. If you don't get it, you would lose anyways, but just try and commit to the farm down. Okay, mirror match lead. You got 2 fighters in the back, so I'm not surprised you're staying in here. You're both over farming a ton. My only concern with this backline is that there's like Jellicent and maybe like I'm trying to think what else would be like just a tough backline for you. Jellicent's the immediate one that comes to mind that's just gonna be tough. Like you can Thunder Punch it, but outside of that, it's gonna be rough going. So I mean, I've used an EBB team with Escav and Lucario, and Escav gives you at least a little more coverage on the Jellicent being able to throw drill runs, right? So they come with their Quagsire. My only thing is you're showing that you're doing Power Punch here, so they don't need to shield. Like, you need to at least go to Icy Wind or Dynamic Punch in this meta and fake it. You can't... I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to just ramp up as fast as you can. But you can't make it that obvious that you're throwing that move. Especially something as not effective as Power Punch. Yes, Power Punch is great if you can land a couple here. You can like just ramp up really quickly. But you need to at least fake that you're going for another move. Lowering their attack is fine because the counters are basically the main thing that are going to do the damage in this matchup. So lowering their counters is not a bad idea. You got a shield back, which is nice. How much health does the Mantine have left? You're going to counter down. You got to try going Mantine here. They did just dump energy. Hopefully you can get to a move. This is rough. I think you have to let it go because you need to save the shield for Lucario. Okay, good. It was just Power Punch. They caught on the Mantine, but this will take it out. And they're so low that I think you can just counter down anyways. Yeah, they can't leave a Poliwrath this. It doesn't matter what matchup it is. It doesn't matter literally what matchup that is, unless it was like a lock-on Reggie. Even the lock-on Reggie from that range will probably take it out. You can't let your Poliwrath and Mantine both go that low and save like a shield. Like, what do you... Yeah. Anyways, good lead. They'll get out into Pelipper. You do not have a good answer for Pelipper. Okay. Here's where I disagree with this. You have two options here. Again, you like try and go Lucario right away to get to the Thunder Punches. That'll probably one-shot as opposed to a Weather Ball, which will probably live. If you're going to stand that long, you stand that long to throw two Aerial Aces and grab a shield. You don't stand that long to let them load up on energy and then come into Lucario that you essentially need to sacrifice now, because now you have a terrible matchup. Now you're so far behind on energy and you have not chipped this enough. So you just sacrifice your Lucario. You lost Switch, so now your Poliwrath has to see a Mantine. What was on the lead here that they got out of? Like a mirror match at best, and you don't know what's in the back yet. So yeah, you should have thrown double Aerial Aces to at least grab a... If you throw both, you take it out or grab a shield. And if you grab a shield, then you can go into your... Lucario and like shield a move and then just get the Thunder Punch off to take it out. So with a little bit of energy advantage and counter actually may help you. Like Power Punch will help you in a mirror match here. Because if they have Icy Wind Dynamic Punch, it's going to take slower to get to the move. And you're boosting your counter, which is what is doing the damage in this matchup. So boosting your counter is super valuable in this. Again, I think it's more valuable on a Shadow, but in this matchup, it's nice to have. How much energy does the... I'm surprised you let this go unless this thing was already at like 100 energy. But even so, with the shield... I'm surprised you didn't try and save that and just counter down a ton. Because now it's a bait. Oh, you're going straight for the move. Can you get to the next move without them getting to the move? I think they're gonna pace you now. Yeah, I think you have to shield that Poliwrath and just... I know they're probably close to a move, but you already multiple times boosted. So if you're multiple times boosted, you can like chip it to like Aerial Ace range. And they still have to throw a move, right? And then you can basically just quickly double Aerial Ace there. So mirror match, gonna stay in this. See who wins Switch here. So you gotta throw the move right away, which is easy catch category for either of you, but so you win CMP with the 6 attack there. They shield. At this point, you just let it go. Come Lucario, where it's neutral. Why are we shielding? I get... Okay. I understand you're taking Switch, because you'll win CMP here. Switch for what? Like, if it's a Jellicent... is it that much better to get Lucario on it? Like, you have a double counter user in the back. There's no point of shielding there. You let that go, you take the shield advantage, you come in Lucario, you get the counter advantage, and then you have a shield advantage and energy on Lucario. That's how you do it. There's no point of fighting for a Switch here. What are we fighting for? So they catch on Lucario. They gave up Switch, which is fine because now you can align here. I still don't think there's a reason to fight for Switch in this. Mantine comes back in. Again, I would probably... How low is this thing? Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm guessing they're double weak to counter, or else there's no other reason to do that. Escav, okay. Okay. That was something that I watched on both of your behalfs. Okay. So again, mirror match. Again, we're farming. We'll see who wins CMP here. Do. Come on. Okay, they'll get a move off, and then we'll see who wins CMP on the CMP tie here coming up. So Airlace, CMP, you get it off. They shield. Again, personally, I would let this go and just come counter Lucario and get ahead on energy there, because switch does not matter here. In fact, if I were them, I would let this go and get a little bit of energy on you. Again, with these people catching on these, again, it's an easy catch. It is the easiest catch in the game. The CMP there. Power Whip is resisted. Thunder will hit you. Yeah, Power Whip is resisted, so that will that. Plus, they're low now on the Mantine, but they have a move. But I'm guessing this is another ABB style team. And there is your... Yeah, you gotta... I mean, I think you gotta do that chip with Power Punch. You thought that you can make it there, but you could not. Because even Power Punch chip puts it into the red by now. So you get hit with the Air Release. So I called out Poliwrath for running Power Punch. But it has definitely come in very helpful in these matchups. Get hit with the move here, but you got a shield, so you can just shield and farm down. It has definitely come in handy here, so good lead. Okay, good switch. Again, the only problem is they will grab a shield back with the Focus Blast that you 100% should shield. And then you just farm all the way down, having some energy coming out. And you should just go straight Thunder Punch. So getting off a boosted Thunder Punch here will be good. See, again, I don't like that shield from their end. Because you still get to move here. And they're going to just get killed by the Mantine anyways. And there's your Jellicent. So I would come Poliwrath. Yes. Okay, good. Lesson 101. You won't see this in a video because I didn't record it. When your opponent only has one Pokemon left, you lower their attack or defense immediately and then let your other Pokemon sweep in the ending. I just did a battle which I had a Pidgeot and a Registeel against their Registeel. And it was 1v1 shield. I had a little bit of health on my... Basically, their Reggie and my Reggie were full health. I had a little bit of health on my Pidgeot. And I came in with a little bit of energy. So I came in Pidgeot and I shielded their Zap Cannon because I got 2 Feather Dances off and lowered their Reggie's attack by 4. And then the Zap Cannon did like a quarter to my Pidgeot. So their Focus Blast also would do like a fourth to my Reggie. So whenever you can, get your opponent in a terrible situation where they only have one Pokemon and you have a Pokemon that could lower their attack or lower their defense, you do that immediately if you can. Like, don't force it, but if you can, like in that option there, 100% you get into Poliwrath and lower their attack. Jellicent. So you don't have a good answer for Jellicent. So here we go. Going to show the move. So it is a Shadow Ball, so that's nice at least. Thunder Punch won't take out though. They may just match shields, but Thunder Punch will not take out. So you'll get another one off. Yeah, this you need a better. And I'm pretty sure when I ran I'll have to check the video. I'm going to do a top videos team soon anyways. Like I'm shooting this in advance for next week already. But on my top teams video, I'm almost positive I ran Lantern on the front for this exact reason. Yeah, I went ABB Escav. Escav Lucario in the back and with the Lantern on the front because you need a better answer. If you're running Lucario Poliwrath or Lucario Escav, like you need a better answer on the front for Jellicent in particular. Now you're in a bad matchup here. You're going to have to just try to power punch your way through. Again, you can't though. And now they have a full health Lantern and this game's over. So they'll just let this go and then just sweep with their Lantern. Is the Lantern still left? Did I just imagine that? I'm pretty sure they're wasting everyone's time here. What's happening? There's like a full health Lantern, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. No, there's a full health Lantern here. Not full health. Like 60% health. And you only have resisted moves. And you're double weak to electric. I get it. Never top left because you never know. You are ABA weak to Lantern. And Poliwrath without Dynamic Punch is going to suck against Lantern. Yeah, this team is your biggest issue, I think. You just got too many like glaring weaknesses. Even this matchup is like neutral at best in even matchup, even energy. So you have 3 Pokemon that can't deal with Lantern, 2 Pokemon that cannot deal with Jellicent, and 1 that's not even a great matchup against Jellicent. So yeah, I probably would not run this team. And then all the other lessons that I gave you along the way. So getting this alignment back, which is kind of a must at this point because you're down a shield. So you take any move, that's fine. If they stay in, Ludicolo as a Razor Leafer, it is grass, so you're definitely just staying in this matchup and trying to get it out of here. You got to hope they let go and they don't recognize that you're staying in because of you're bad in the back to this. Because now it's going to be close, so you do just get to it. I was about to say, so if you got Razor Leaf down there, it's probably game over. But enough to take it out, and now you have this matchup with a Power Punch. 1 Dynamic Punch will not take you out, and then your boosted counter should take them out before they get to a second move here. I don't think Dynamic Punch takes out. I think I'll put you in like the very deep red, and you can just counter down. Yeah. And so, man, I truly have been playing GBL for so long that I like, again, I don't know how much each move damage is. Like I'm not some of these elite batter knows that like, oh, this does 80 damage on this Pokemon. I don't know that. I'm just like, yeah, it does about this. It'll be in like the red. And I just like, I'm right. Anyways, that's just having played so many games just to know how much just movesets sort of do without actually knowing the number. Anyways, thanks for this mission. Yeah, a few things. Team comp is your biggest one, but just ways to play some of the matchups differently. One of the strategies, again, you can't really implement it with this team. Well, yeah, you could have on the Pelipper matchup. A thing that a lot of the best battlers do, unless you have like an absolute answer to the safe swap that comes in. So you had the lead, I forget it was, Poliwrath or something. They switched into Pelipper. And you don't have an answer for Pelipper. So if you do not have an answer for Pelipper, a lot of the times, the best battlers in the world will chip. If you want to try and keep switch, like you really want to get that Mantine on the Poliwrath again. I really need to keep switch. What they will do is they will get off like 1 Aerial Ace and chip it. Again, this team comp doesn't allow you to just chip it with that because you're still in a bad matchup. But if you were just think about different teams, think about Poliwrath lead against your Mantine with a safe swap and a different like on your end. You have a Lickitung or something. Let's say you have a Lickitung. That's a better example. Let's say you have a Lickitung instead of Lucario and a Pelipper comes in. Instead of just like coming in immediately and being sort of like a little bit behind on energy, and then it's like you'll still probably win, but it'll be way, way closer. what a lot of the best battlers will do is just like stay Mantine, chip with Aerial Ace, make sure that Aerial Ace either grabs a shield or chips it enough that your now Lickitung can come in and very safely keep switch, as opposed to just coming in like into their safe swap. Unless you have like a super hard answer, you have a Lantern, come in right away, right? You don't need to do that. But if you don't have a Lantern for Pelipper, then you might want to like chip with something and then come in with your safe swap or like one of your back answers Pokemon. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for this mission. Good luck on the grind, and I will see you guys in the next one.